Hi, I'm Mikkel Becker, and I'm going to help you curb your dog's barking in the home. It's unrealistic to think a dog won't ever bark. It's part of how they communicate. Barking is a natural way our dogs communicate with each other and with us. First of all, you should rule out fear as being the cause of barking. If fear has been ruled out, there are two issues to take into consideration that might be contributing to the barking. The first is whether or not the dog is getting inadvertently reinforced for barking, and the second is if the dog has enough enrichment. Our dogs learn from experience what works to get what they want, whether it be attention or other privileges. A lot of dogs bark simply because they are not rewarded for the times when they are calm and quiet, and are only given attention during the times when they bark. Adding to this, a lot of dogs will get even more excited when their owner starts yelling at them to be quiet, which to a dog can actually seem like the person is joining in on the barking frenzy. It's important to find out if your dog is inadvertently being rewarded for barking, and then direct your dog to an appropriate outlet and reward the dog for being quiet instead. One such dog that I've been recently working with is Charlie. He literally barked 50% of his waking day, and his family was about to lose their minds. They had followed previous advice from someone to use a spray bottle to get him to be quiet. However, Charlie's barking had still not stopped, and as soon as the water bottle was out of sight, he would start barking again. It was an unpleasant experience for Charlie to be sprayed. It was inconvenient for the family, and most of all, the training just wasn't working. Charlie had not been shown that being quiet was what got him the life rewards that he wanted. What I did with Charlie was teach the family that any time that Charlie barked, he needed to be ignored. We went and put a leash on Charlie, which is one of his cues for getting to go out on a walk, and always makes him erupt into a frenzy of barking. We then ignored any barking. This is easier than it sounds because a lot of times for dogs that have been rewarded for barking in the past, they will have what is called an extinction burst and will try the previously successful barking with more and more intensity in hopes that if they up the volume or amount of barking, it will eventually work. After a few minutes of barking, Charlie realized his barking wasn't getting him anywhere, and he finally started to be quiet. After about 5 to 10 seconds of him being quiet and resigning to another activity, which in his case was lying down, he immediately got a treat and we grabbed the leash to go head towards the door. However, his family had to be consistent that the door only opened if he stayed quiet, and if he started barking again, his walk would be delayed. When you first start teaching your dog to be quiet, you may be rewarding for only 5 to 10 seconds of quiet. Soon you can start building the amount of time that your dog is quiet before they get a reward, whether it be attention, petting, or treats. The dog will soon learn that being quiet is what pays. Another important aspect of the training is to give your dog plenty of mental stimulation and exercise outside of the home. I suggest twice daily walks that leave your dog panting tired. Allow your dog to sniff and check out the environment and mix up the walking routines so that your dog has a lot of variety. In the home, give your dog mentally challenging activities such as frozen stuffed Kongs or kibble inside of a Kong canine genius. Once you have practiced ignoring the barking and rewarding the quiet, if your dog ever does bark, you can immediately redirect him to an alternative activity, such as going to lie on his favorite bed. Remember, every dog learns at his or her own pace. For more information on how to train your dog, go to vetstreet.com.